Hello everyone, my name is Wilson. We're doing a Dominaria draft on Magic Online. Let's check out what we got. Our rare is Fall of Thran, which is a Bobo rare. Rona, Disciple of Gix is fine. We got a Journey Mage, Blink of an Eye, Sprout Swarm. I think I'll just take... I think it's probably the Journey Mage. It leads us up into decks that I like playing: blue, black, blue, green, even blue, white flyers. This is pretty good. And I think between these two, I think that the Journey Mage is a little bit better. Triumph of Gerard is fine. I haven't really been impressed with it. Like at first, I thought this was a great card, and then the more that I played with it, it's like you put a bunch of counters on it, and then you bounce with the Journey Mage. Like, what do you have to show for that? So I'm going to take a Journey Mage. Followed up with probably an Elfim Druid. There's other cards in here like a Pegasus Courser and a Shivan Fire. But what I've really noticed with this format is that if you can get to a late game and start just throwing haymakers like, kicking Baloth Gorgers, kicking Academy Drakes, playing Thorn Elementals, things like that, you'll really get an advantage. And because the early game is so weak in this format, I mean, you're playing like, what, 2/2s for 2, no ability, Raptor Companions, and, Pegasus Courser is good, but you want to be kicking this. You don't want to be playing a 3/1 with haste, like Saproling can block it. So anyways, we're going to take this Elfim Druid and be green-blue. Never mind, we're probably going to be now blue-white. On Sarah's Wings is busted. And there's not even a good green card in here to force us off that. There is a Rhoda Disciple of Gix, but On Sarah's Wings is just way too good. We might even be green-white, so we'll keep our options open. Knight of Grace. I like Knight of Grace more than Knight of Black. Just because Knight of Grace dodges, Eviscerate, Settle the Score, Fungal Infection, all those fun goodies. There's also a Skittering Surveyor, which is okay, but I'm going to take this Knight of Grace and possibly move into either white-blue or white-green. So Knight of Grace that is, and it looks like it's going to be white-blue. So we can ship this Elfim Druid to the sideboard, pick up another good Mana War. There's a Fungal Plots, which I do like Fungal Plots, but I like Academy Journey Mage a lot more. And nothing really here. We can take an Adamant Will. That's fine. Voldaren Arcanist is not great, so I'm just going to take this Adamant Will and be pretty bummed out about that. But be pretty happy about picking up an Aven Sentry. Aven Sentry is fine. I think it's better than Mesa Unicorn. Yeah, we can augment it by throwing like On Sarah's Wings or like an Arcane Flight onto it. But otherwise, a 2/2 for 2 with lifelink is not great. And doesn't even get the full benefit of the On Sarah's Wings because the lifelink is really the place where that shines. So we're going to take this Aven Sentry. Pretty happy with that. Follow it up with a Deep Freeze. So there's also a Short Sword here, which I really do like in this Flyers deck, turning these into like 4/3s. Turning this into a 3/3 first strike, possibly even a 4/3 first strike, turning these into 4/3s. It's very, very good, and it's also just cheap. Just 1 mana to cast, 1 mana to equip. I'm a big fan. But we're going to take this Deep Freeze. Fall of Thran is still here. There's a Relic Runner and a Trapper. I've been actually liking Relic Runner more and more. There is ways to trigger it off of On Sarah's Wings. The one downside to it is that it gets hit with Fungal Infection, so you have to watch out for that. So I'm just going to take this Trapper. I've noticed that you can fill up your 2-drop slots with, Relic Runners and Mesa Unicorns and things like that, but 3-drops are what's, actually, if you can pick up some quality 3-drops, it's good. It's a very late Shivan Fire, but that's because red is terrible. So we're just going to take this Invoke the Divine, put that in the sideboard, maybe even play it main deck. I don't know. We'll see. Alright. There's a befuddle. We can take a befuddle. It just straight up beats the 4 white 4/4 with lifelink that you can switch the life totals. They switch their life totals, you befuddle on the stack. Game. Game! Alright, I'm not ever going to play a rescue, but just taking this rescue and showing that there's no more blue cards, I think is really important, especially in these types of league drafts where, you know that you're not going to be playing against, like in what am I trying to say? There was a pack with a Shivan Fire. Like, if we were playing against the players that we're drafting, we may just hate that Shivan Fire. That Shivan Fire may also just not be in that pack at all. But because this is a league draft, you want to, try and send as strong signals as you possibly can to the drafters around you. So that way you just end up with the best possible deck, and they're also ending up with the best possible deck, and you can all go and benefit by playing against other chumps who are just butting heads with each other. Here's an Arcane Flight. I'm gonna take it. I don't think I'm gonna play it, but never know. There's a run amok in here, but I like this basic island. Booyah. Sea Fire Elemental. So player to our right is telling us, hey, red is open. Draft red. And I'm like, nah. I'm off it. Speaking of off it, there is a Triumph of Gerard here. Not a big fan. Precognition Field is our rare, and it's not even very good. So I'm going to take this Triumph of Gerard, just because there's nothing really else in this pack. Relic Runner, Invoke the Divine, Particle Wanderer, Blood Tallow Candle. All kind of meh compared to the Triumph of Gerard, so we'll take that. All right, we can follow that up with, well, there's Verdant Forest, but we're not green. There's a Sergeant at Arms, which is good to kick it on 6. But I think I'm going to take this Memorial to Genius. I think picking up a Memorial here early on is really good, because later on in games, when you can just not even use a spell slot, but just use a land to then draw 2 extra cards is really great. Like, I'd rather pick that up than Divination, just because it does take up a land slot and not a spell slot. So here we can take a Call the Cavalry, a Divination, or an Unwind. I think it's between these two, and I'm going to take this Call the Cavalry. We already saw one Divination, so there's a good possibility that another one can wheel. And getting a Call to Cavalry is great here because we're just going to be trying to get him in the air as much as possible. We don't have a whole lot of flyers. We only have one. But hopefully we can pick up some like Academy Drakes and, Cloud Reader Sphinxes and things like that. Some more heavy hitters. All right. Mirari's Conjecture. Yeah, I mean, we have an Adamant Will. We have a Call to Cavalry. So we have an instant in sorcery. We did it. We did it. I'm looking at Mesa Unicorn or Homerid Explorer. There's another Arcane Flight here. So we could take this Mesa Unicorn and either try and wield the Arcane Flight or try and pick up something like a dub later. Mesa Unicorn's really good if you can go like Mesa Unicorn into dub and then just have a 4/4 first strike lifelink. So I'll take that. Here there's another Triumph of Gerard, but there's also a Blessed Light, and I think I'm just going to take this Blessed Light. It's white removal is a little hard to come by. There's like a Gideon's Reproach and Blessed Light at common, and then at uncommon there's like Seal Away. So, if we can pick up a Blessed Light now, that's really good. And also, blue doesn't have great removal spells either, so picking up a Blessed Light here is great. Pretty happy with that. I'm pretty unhappy with this pack. There's a Diligent Excavator, which is just bad. Charge, which I don't want. I guess I'll take a Voltaic Servant. I don't even see us playing that, though. Another Adamant Will. It's a possibility. Just run 2 Adamant Wills and just have a couple of good combat tricks. All right. Haphazard Bombardment. Fungal Plots. Warcry Sphinx. Healing Grace. Yeah. You know what? I'm just going to rare draft here. Rare draft! Ooh, speaking of rare drafting, I don't think I want a Particle Wanderer. It's not exactly where my head is at. I'll take a Precognition Field, just for funsies. Alright, here's a Excavator Elephant, and an Unwind, which I probably won't be playing. So, a little lacking. We need to pick up 10 playables in this next pack, and it's going to be a little difficult to do. I mean, we have things like Arcane Flight, Invoke the Divine, Elephant. You know, we got some cards that we could possibly play. So, you know, really we're like 8 cards short, 7-ish. I'm not going to play this charge. It's very bad. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We may just get hooked up in this pack. Alright, what do we got here? Pack 3. We have a Tetsuko Umezawa, which is not great with our deck. Allows our Voltaic Servant to get in. There is another Aven Sentry. Skittering Surveyor, Short Swords, Sergeant Arms. So I'm looking at like this pocket of cards right here. And I think it's probably just Aven Sentry. You know, just getting more things in the air is good. I'd like the Short Sword to wield, but I'm okay taking a Sergeant of Arms. So we'll go Aven Sentry. Followed up with everything. We want this whole pack. Daring Archaeologist, we don't have any artifacts, so we'll probably pass on that. Baird is very good. There's an Academy Drake, a Cloud Reader Sphinx, a Dub to go with our Mesa Unicorn. There's a Jousting Lance. Yeah, it's all here. It's all here. I think I'm going to take this Academy Drake. I think Academy Drake is quite good. You know, passing up things like Baird, I don't think Baird is that great, especially when we want things like Academy Drake or Cloud Reader Sphinx. So yeah, I'll take the Academy Drake. Not be thrilled with it, but, you know, be pretty happy that, you know, we got something out of there, but not thrilled that was so many good cards in that pack, so maybe something will wheel. I'll take another Aven Sentry. More Aven Sentries are always more better. Another Memorial to Genus, 2/2 Bear, Raptor Companion, and another Arcane Flight. I mean, we already have one Arcane Flight, so I don't really want two. Because I don't even know if we want to play the first one. It could just be this. It may be Banalish Honor Guard. I'm just so, like, Fungal Infection is just so good in this format. Boy. I guess I'll take the Knight of New Benalia. It's good, you know, throwing something like an Arcane Flight onto it. So we'll do that. I really want to take this Memorial to Glory, but I'm also really worried about getting enough playables. So we could just take like a Glider. Yeah, Glider is not great, but it's okay. It's okay. Speaking of Fungal Infection, there's also a Sarah's Disciple. We'll probably just take that. Yeah, we'll go with Sarah's Disciple and another Glider. Holy cow. Wow, that's... Alright, well, if you're going to be red, like, this is the reason to be red, is Varric's Bladewing. But this just shows that no one was red in this this whole draft. So we'll take another Glider. Be a little scared. Oh boy. Take a Artificer's Assistant. Not thrilled with it. So many good red cards. Well, not good red cards, just so many red cards. You know what? We're just rare drafting. Dub? Dub wield? Oh my gosh. There's also a Mesa Unicorn. Yeah, we'll take the Dub. Dub is good. Unwind? Sure. Alright, well, we can cut some things. Let's see, we have 25. We can cut 2 cards. How about 1 and 2? Alright. 13 creatures? Yeah, you know. Ooh, another Arcane Flight. May just replace an Adamant Will. Maybe replace an Invoke the Divine. I don't know. No, really, we have 14 creatures because of the Call of the Cavalry. Yeah, maybe this will replace an Adamant Will. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we just won't even play it. Navigator's Compass. I will never be playing that. Fire Elemental is, you know, a magic card. A magic card that's, you know, you can draft and put in your deck, but I don't think you'll ever see me doing that. And finally a swamp. All right, cool, 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 cool. Well, this is a deck. This is not a great deck, but it's a deck. All right, let's add some lands. Ooh. Something like that. I mean, we're pretty heavy white. Okay, cool. We'll see y'all for round 1.